Yeah, yeah. What they saying? I'm so divine, I'm so divine. Imperfection, perfection, my presence shines. My mental is parasailing maritime. They say I'm destined to read the palm line. Yeah, I'm so divine, I'm so divine. Imperfection, perfection, my presence shines. My mental is parasailing maritime. They say I'm destined to read the palm line. Yeah, I'm so divine.
Welcome to the H.G.R.G podcast. We here for another episode. What's going on, DT? Just Jerry. We in the house for another one, baby. How we doing?
We outside. Hi, guys.
I'm at the beach, guys.
We here.
I'm at the beach.
I just want, yeah.
Yeah, we see you at the beach. Yeah, at the beach. Listen, guys, we here to bring another episode. Oh, yeah, I'm saying,
you're not gonna cut me off, bro.
Oh, okay. Yeah, something.
Yo, DT, you still with us, man? Because I don't really mess with you, man.
I just told you I'm not with you. I'm at the beach. I'm at the beach, man. I'm not with you guys. I'm on vacation. Leave me alone.
Okay. Leave you alone. Okay. All right. So, Lance, are we going to cancel him out today?
Yeah, we can. Listen, right now, my man is, he's a beach chair. I get it. So, but we're gonna keep moving forward today. Today, we want to talk to you guys about the value of mentorship, and what it means to us, why we created that as well, and and the importance of it. So we definitely we wish we had some mentorship early. We ended up getting mentorship as well. We ended up losing money. We've gained from mentorship. We've lost from not having mentorship. But we'll go through that with you guys today. And we have a lot of people that we're dealing with now that are on the edge and wanting to move forward and whatnot, but still, they're double dutching, they question and whatnot. And we figured, why not talk about the value of mentorship, right? And what that could bring to somebody. So, with that being said, I know you guys have touched on this before. DT, when it comes to mentorship and we talk about the value and the importance of it, what is the message you want to give to the people? Or what is your story, to give to the people when it comes to those mentorship?
Thank you, best friend. I appreciate that. So
yeah, absolutely.
Mentorship, to be quite honest with you, is the cusp of why I've got to where I've gotten to. Had it not been for that and me investing in myself, I probably would be 10, 15 years behind or probably not even be around. I might have went somewhere else with it. What I like to talk about too is the difference in how you can invest in yourself, right? There's the mentorship, you pay for a program, or there's a mentorship, you shadow somebody. There's a mentorship that this person is with you at work and you just kind of, tag along with them while you're getting paid by your job. And then there's also the mentorship where you volunteer your services, or you literally work for free. And that was my route, work for free. I had a gentleman that I knew that told me, if you know how to do anything with houses, I'll give you a job. So I knew how to do it. And the job he offered me, I couldn't take for, outside reasons and whatnot. So a couple months later, he was like, what's going on? I was like, listen, I want to work for you for free. I have a 9 to 5. I work from 6 o'clock in the morning till 2 o'clock. After 2 o'clock, from 2:30 to 7, I'm yours for free. I'll do whatever you want me to do. Just every question I ask you, answer for me. Whatever I ask you to show me, take your time and show me. And he did that. And I stayed with him for 6 months. So if you just think about, a 4-hour, essentially like an apprenticeship or whatever, every day, Monday through Friday, for 6 months straight, no money in my pocket. I'm spending gas money. I'm spending my time away from my family, all that stuff. But that was the investment that I made in myself. Generously, this gentleman allowed his time. But at the same time, what's the benefit for him? He gets a free set of hands that's reliable that's going to help him make money. At the end of my 6 months, I was doing jobs for him that he was getting paid, hundreds and thousands of dollars for. And I didn't look for a penny. But once I got to that point where I realized that I was
ain't nothing like free labor, right?
Right. It's free labor. And it's not just free labor. It's free valuable labor that does good work. Like I take pride in my work. You know what I mean? It wasn't like I just was like, yeah, whatever. I'm just going to slap some paint on this wall or no. You talking about like quality stuff. Right. But for me, it was going to school. I was going to school free and I just had to invest my time and my labor. So at the end of that 6 months, I was able to buy my first house. And I took all that knowledge and information that he gave me, plus in reading books and just trial and error and not being afraid to take a shot. And that changed my life. And if you guys follow us, you know what that turned into for me. But that was my mentorship. That was my first mentorship. And then I have others that go from that. But again, it's literally just like humbling yourself and understanding like I can't get where I want to be by whatever I know in my brain right now. I need to tap into somebody else who does. And I have to swallow my pride and humble myself and understand that I'm not him. I need this person to help me get there. And it didn't come in the form of a dollar sign. It came in the form of time and physical labor for me. So I just want to preach that importance to people too. Because there's not everybody don't got money to, invest and they say that. You know what I mean?
That's the biggest downfall, though. The biggest downfall is pride. You don't want to ask for help. You don't want to look like you don't know what you're doing. And for me, I did not get into mentorship. I took everything on the chin. So I lost a lot of money because I didn't have a right mentor, or I thought I had it and I failed a couple of times. I lost a lot of money because I didn't have the right people around me telling me, hey, listen, I need you to teach this. I need you to learn this. I need you to take one step at a time and dissect the information of not going through YouTube and watching one minute of a YouTube and going, I got the answer. Nah, bro, it's way deeper. You're going to lose a lot of money if you don't have the right people around you, the right circle, the right team. And I learned that the hard way on my side. There's a lot of pros, man. There's a lot of pros in mentorship that you guys don't know. You guys don't take advantage of. So it's networking, personal growth, the communication of learning the lingo, all that stuff. If you don't have the right people around you, you don't know what's going on. You could be in a room right now and they talk crazy language, and you're like there, and they're talking Chinese to me. But if you know what you're talking about, if you have knowledge, man, that shit is like gold, man. That shit is like gold. So my personal is I lost a lot of money for not having the right people.
Right. I was gonna say, I mean, you don't have to have mentorship, right? And you can still be in the room, but you're gonna figure out you're gonna pay to be in that room. Eventually you're gonna pay for it. I had, if you follow us, I had mentors as well, or I had a mentor, and I followed him around, but he did something totally different that I couldn't do. And it's not that I couldn't do it because I didn't know better. It's I couldn't do it because financially he was so ahead of me when he started. You see what I'm saying? His business partner was a millionaire. He had money. They had real money when they started. You see what I'm saying? So I'm learning all of this, right? And then, what that did for me, though, was push me to move forward. It gave me some kind of base, some kind of foundation. And I was like, this is what I want to do. And then once I set my mind to go, I want to do real estate, even though that part didn't work out, I found a different lane within that. You see what I'm saying? So I found that different lane, and, I had already been through a mentorship. I had already had the mindset. I'll say I had that pivot, right? Even though he was doing ABC and I was doing DEFG, I had the pivot with the gentleman that was mentoring me on the other side of it. You see what I'm saying? Regardless of what he did, I was going to do something in real estate because I seen his lifestyle. I seen his lifestyle, and he allowed me in. And it was my time. Like you said, it was for free, but it was my time. He didn't give me anything except for opening the door and allowing me to see what he does. But I had to make time. I'm telling you, I had two small kids with me running through the houses that he was building, and I'm like, oh shit, sorry, and he's like, don't worry about it.
Let me ask you a question. From the mentorship that you were dealing with.
Yeah.
Is there a wrong mentorship?
That's a great question. I would suggest that you find the better fit, the proper fit for you. I don't think I had real direction in what I wanted to do. I just knew real estate, and real estate is a huge umbrella.
Right.
So I just fell in wherever I fell in at, right? But if you have an idea and you want to know, and you're watching YouTube or wherever it is to get you to a point where you go, I want to buy and hold. Find someone in that space, that you like, all right, they buy and hold. They seem successful. They seem like they know what they're doing. Let me go ahead and get with these people. You see what I'm saying? Don't shy away from that person. Don't. Someone that you want to flip, and someone that's successfully flipping. Don't shy away from that. Go get it. Don't buy 30 mentorships or whatnot to get to this person over here. Go for that. Vet, do your homework, right? But that's a great question. Just Jerry, find someone in your lane, where you want to be. And I think that's a mistake. Even with a mentorship, I think that's a mistake I made. And that's why I wish I had an H.G.R.G when I was coming up, because, I would have loved to run it. If I would have ran into someone that was buying and holding when I first started, there's a lot of stuff that's different from someone that's building a property and someone that's buying and holding a property.
Yeah, like Meek Mill says, levels to this, right? Let me play devil's advocate for you. Have you ever purchased a mentorship, have you ever purchased a mentorship that was in the lane that you were trying to get into and didn't satisfy you or didn't fit the script, or what did it do for you? Let me ask you that.
Yeah.
Because I don't like the way you painted that picture.
We all did. We all did though. We all bought a mentorship that we didn't do our research.
I'm sorry, sir.
They were believable.
Can you guys speak for yourself? Please don't include me in that.
Yeah, that's
we all did. We all did. We all did. But we bought a mentorship that we believe, because he's believable. He connected with the culture that we come from, and it wasn't practical. We couldn't use what he said where I was standing. So he gave us all the knowledge of what he does wherever he's at, but it wasn't practical where I was standing. So yes, I bought a wrong mentorship because it wasn't practical. I just wasted money, use what he taught me. So there's a way that you could buy the wrong mentorship and or not move at all. Just
because you can get baseline shit, or you can even get a lot of information. You get a lot of information, but if you can't apply it, it doesn't matter, right? It doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? If you can't apply it to your situation or understand how to utilize that information, right, step by step,
right, then
it doesn't matter. Because then it just sounds like a bunch of mumbo jumbo, and it's like, all right, well, yeah, I get that, but like, okay, when do I use this? How do I apply that?
There's so much information out there, but if you don't ask the right question, if you don't act on what Google says, you're like stuck right there. You can't go nowhere. There's so much information, but you just don't do nothing.
So let's get to it, right? What do you tell the person? Man. What do you tell the person, knowing what you know from all of our stories, right? Sweat equity mentorships, personal times and spaces and family members being involved with the mentorships, personal funds lost, multiple thousands and thousands of dollars lost, and self-learning, self-teaching, right? Bumping your head multiple times and just saying, hey, I just lost 10,000 here. I just got to, pick it up, lick my wounds and go again. I'm going to lose 3,000 there and pick it up, lose it again and figure it out. But at the end of the day, those are all very expensive lessons. Based off of those lessons, you've created your own mentorship for yourself, right? You now know because life taught you. Lance and I, we kind of physically spent our time, we kind of put sweat equity into it. As well as Lance is invested in mentorship financially as well. I've never financially invested in a mentorship, but I have always done sweat equity mentorship. I didn't have the funds at the time to do it, so that's the only way I knew how to get in. So that's how I got in. And I never looked back since then, thank God. But the point is, what would you tell someone who's listening and they're like, okay, you guys are saying a lot about your experiences with your sweat equity mentorship, your bumping your head mentorship. Lance and Jerry, you guys invested in mentorships, several of them, and you couldn't make it practical to yourself or whatever the outcome was. What would you say? What should I look for if I was looking for a mentorship today? What would be your advice for that? And it doesn't matter what field it's in, whether it's real estate, trucking, YouTubing, whatever. What would you say?
I would say, me personally, do your research. One thing is that research is. I'll give you a prime example. H.G.R.G is outside. H.G.R.G is on live. H.G.R.G is on YouTube, TikTok. So there's so much that they're outside. You cannot tell them, hey, you're bullshitting. They're on live taking 100% free game questions that the community, if they're a fraud, could be right there talking to them. They're not scared. They're transparent. You got to do all that research because there's guys that have a brand new name, have a great name, but now they have a lawsuit coming up. Just because their name, you jumped on it, but you didn't do no research on what they're doing or what's their backstory. Just because their name, you jumped into it. H.G.R.G is transparent, telling you, hey, listen, let's talk about it. Book the call. We'll talk about what your situation is. If we cannot do nothing for you, we walk away from it. Who says that? Everybody's trying to sell their mentorship. We're telling you, it's not at all about the money. If I can't do nothing with you because you're at the bottom of the bottom and I can't really get to you, no disrespect, then it can't be for you. Who says that? I don't know who can say it. I know mentorship they sell. Don't worry about it. I can get you there. Don't worry about it. I got you there. You got nothing going on with yourself, and I still can get you there. Bullshit.
Yeah.
Bullshit.
And it was bullshit about it that they're not really involved like that.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying?
So this, I would do my research like H.G.R.G. And I'm not trying to toot my horn. I'm just saying we're so much outside. You can't tell me that we're fraudulent. We can't.
I would say look for them to give you what they got. It's cool to be like, listen, you want to be a YouTuber? Get you a nice 4K camera and boom, boom, boom. What do you use? What's the camera you use? You know what I'm saying? Oh, make sure you do X, Y, and Z. Okay, well, what software is that? You know what I'm saying? Let me know what software is. See if they're willing to give you what they got. Because it's easy for me to give you the information, right? But if I could tell you how to, where to go, what sources to use, what to grab, so that way, you're not starting off, looking for something that I told you and then having to go through and shuffle through things, right? Okay, you said 4K. Oh, well, this is not good. Or this is not the one. It must be a different one. and you're over there trying to figure everything out, right? And instead of them going, hey, here's what you need to do. Here's what you need to look for. You need to purchase this as well. Here's the software I use. This is how you need to use it. This is how I utilize it. There you go for that. Here's what I do for that. You see what I'm saying? Like, see, there's a difference. There's a difference. There's a difference with me telling you, yeah, go get this. Okay, but what, motherfucker? You know what I'm saying? What brand?
Wow, so violent.
What brand do you use? You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
it definitely was aggressive. But the thing about that, Lance, is, and I'm not knocking them, but they'll give you a brand that they use so they can make money off of it. Hey, go to this brand. The link is on my bio. So now you're buying their stuff, but you're making money off it. We're giving the person that we're talking about is free game. We give out free. We on YouTube right now giving out free game. Now, if you don't take it, that's on you. But we're giving it out. We on live every week, giving out free game without no money. I'm not asking for no money. Here's free game. Ask anything you want. We're here for you. Who does that?
That was gonna be if I can answer that question, it would be that. It would be who gives you the sauce? Right? Who gives you the sauce? Lance is kind of saying the same thing as I'm saying, so I'm not like reinventing the wheel, but who gives you the sauce? Lance said, what cameras do you use? What's your background, whatever. Same thing. Who gives you the sauce? And not only who gives you the sauce, who makes that sauce accessible on every level? Meaning,
I'm saying, yeah. That's what I'm saying.
I want to buy a house. Okay, how do I buy it? Oh, first you got to do this. Okay, cool. That's what's up. You gave me the sauce. Now, after you told me what I got to do first, what do I got to do next? Damn, you gave me that sauce too? Okay, now after I do that, what do I got to do after that? You're going to give me that sauce too? And then, it's just all sauce. It's not like, obviously there's ulterior motives with anything you do when you're advertising or you're selling, mentorships, programs, anything, real estate, cars. It doesn't matter. There's no ulterior motive. At the end of the day, everybody wants to make money. But for us, it's not just money driven.
Absolutely.
Right? Because we feel like with
traffic, we're already established.
Yeah, with traffic comes clients, right? When they see you do good business, it just reciprocates itself. I'm sure we can do other things and
1,000%
probably capitalize, in other ways more and be a little bit more selfish about it. But that's just not how we operate. We just don't operate from that space, right? In real life, we're really okay. So it's not that we're not driven by this. This is not going to change our lives tomorrow if 10 people say, oh my God, I want in. If one person says I want in, or if 100 people say they want in, it's amazing. And God bless the one person and God bless the 100 people. Our lives will still be the same though. So it's literally about just giving the people, our people, free game and game that costs some paper. But if you listen to our free game, hold on 1 second, G. If you listen to our free game and how valuable our free game is, just try to comprehend how much more valuable what you pay for would be. And when we say we hold your hand and we get you to the finish line, and this is undeniably can change your life. If our free game changes your life, imagine what you pay for, how to change your life. And that goes with any mentor. So that's what you need to look.
But that's a fact.
If their free game changed your life, you should invest in that person, because just imagine what the game you're paying for will do for you. That's what you should look for in a mentorship, in my opinion.
We give you some real, right? We give you some real, yeah, for real. We give you some real plug and play shit. We don't know how to make it any easier. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It should be H.G.R.G for dummies. You know what I'm saying? Like we could have named it that, because the reality is that I can't. I can't see this being any more simple than what we've made it. You know, we're giving you names, phone numbers, you know, just the, you know, the steps, step by step. You know, we're here on top of that, Zoom calls, you know, with emails, we're checking. I mean, what I don't.
So the free.
I signed up. Hold on, I'm gonna tell you something real quick. I signed up for a mentorship. I know for a fact the person doesn't know I exist.
You don't even know you, bro.
You don't know. Yeah, you know, it's crazy.
That's real.
You don't know
our last podcast. I think we talked about creative financing. That episode alone, if you just watch that episode, right, and you soak that information in, if you can't go make 5, 10, 15, 20,000 off just that episode, we're not it for you. But the point is that off of a free YouTube video that you could watch for 45, 30 minutes, you could press like, you could press subscribe, you know, you can comment, or you don't have to do none of the above. You could literally just watch that video, make it practical, and make 10, 15,000. I don't know a lot of people that make $10,000, $15,000 a month. I mean, I don't really know a lot of people that do that. That's not like normal, right? The average median household income, you know, we don't have to talk about, but I know on Instagram, everybody makes $1 million a year, but if you think about the average median
right.
income, right? You know, $10,000 a month, that would add up to $120,000 a year. That's 3 times, 4 times the average income. Right. So if I could do 10K in a month, that's probably a quarter of what you make annually. Off some phone calls, off some internet research, off some, you know what I'm saying? Like our last episode could teach you how to change your life, your family dynamic forever. And that we gave that away for free. And I know in the episode, it was like, how much do I give? How much do I not give? Because if you invest in us, we give you so much more. But in that episode, I was inspired and we were inspired. And I know we talked it, but it was like, yo, let's just give it to them because I don't think they believe it in this. We got to throw it out there. And it's on YouTube, so it's there forever. It's not something we could take away. We don't regret it. We don't regret it. But the point is that if you can't watch somebody's content and value, you know, get value from it, monetary value or mental value or spirit, whatever, some type of value from it, then that's not the mentorship you should see. But if you get value, then you should invest in it.
And really, you need to gauge that value. How much value you getting, right? Because I mean, I'm not saying we're not sitting up here bashing mentorships. That's not what we're doing. You're gonna get value, right? But how much value is that value, if that makes sense, right? You know, how much? Because I mean, you can be spoon fed, or it can be very basic. Someone can hold your hand from A to Z. Somebody can know you don't exist. You know, what is the real value of that mentorship? You see what I'm saying?
Absolutely. I believe also think about the mentorship really thinking about their customer. I say that because there's mentorships that they just give you paperwork and read. Have a nice life.
Yeah.
There's mentorships that give you only videos. Have a nice life. There are other mentorships like ourselves that we give you videos because you like to see the visual or you like to read. Here's some more paperwork. So we give you both of that. And then we go, hey, that doesn't stop. Book a call anytime with us so we can explain what's going on every step of the way.
And you don't get our our back office. You don't get
I don't understand what value.
Team. You don't get our mentees. You don't get, you know, and eventually you will get our mentees. But right now you get us. You literally get these 3 people, 30 years plus of experience and successful entrepreneurs, real estate investors, like all the above. You get this. So you get to soak Lance's brain, Jerry's brain, Danny's brain, all at the same time. The value in that alone. How many companies can you go to? Doesn't matter where you're from, whether it's a CVS or some type of pharmacy like that, a car dealership, you know, a real estate mogul or investors or builders or whatever. How many companies can you go to in your local market, knock on the door, and speak to the owner of that company?
Not a lot.
I would
None.
go ahead and take a wild guess of 0.
None. None.
Right.
For free, none. For free, none. I'm sure you could probably pay a number, or you know your father or your grandfather or somebody could be plugged in where I know somebody knows somebody. You may get a conversation with that person. But I'm gonna go out on a limb and I'm gonna say for free, you can't speak to none of the owners of them companies. Right? With us, you can speak to us every Sunday and Thursday on live. Every Sunday on Thursday. Every Sunday and Thursday on Instagram.
Free.
For free.
That's free.
That's free.
I can't get over that.
That's the conversation of
anything
I have to go back to.
There you go, DT. You just hit it. Because I was gonna say some people might go, well, who cares if you're on Thursday and Sunday on live? He just said it. You could ask whatever you want.
Right.
It's still a question we have not. There's yet to be a question we shied away from. Because
there's a lot of moguls, right? There's a lot of big name people, respectfully, no shots. They get on live as well, but their live is like a TV show. You know, it's they're promoting a product and they're just talking at you, and they skim through the comments and they only rebuttal the ones that they choose to. You can't have like a live interaction with that person, and I get it. That's what they do. That's not wrong either, right? Because eventually we'll get to a point where it's going to be like that as well, right? So let's be clear. Like, we're not bashing that, because you're going to rewind this film in a year from now when we're starting to do things like that and be like, oh, but you said no, but remember what I said though. We're going to get to that place. And then when we're there, it's not that we're skimming through and picking and choosing who we want and who we don't. It's going to be for content. What content? Why is this relevant in this conversation? It won't be because, you know, we're ducking so-and-so or we're ducking questions.
I promise you, we'll figure it out not to do that. Because we are so much for the people, and we'll figure something out. When we get to that level, we're gonna figure out another way to give some more free.
I mean, but just Jerry, we'll always give out free game. But if you got 1,000 people on live, and then you have a question every second, you know, it's hard to answer every single one. We may answer the most important ones that we feel are important to you know, maybe the subject at hand or what fits that room at that time. But you know, I get
to Jerry's point. Though,
that's what I'm saying.
There's going to be
so about the people that Jerry's trying to figure out a way still. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
To Jerry's point though, and I know how we operate, right? So, to Jerry's point, yeah, we're not going to be able to answer, you know, 1,000 comments in one Instagram live, right? But if those comments are there, we'll have virtual assistants who are watching it with us. We're going to reach out to those people and say, hey, we may not be able to answer your questions, but if you reach out to this, you know, you'll have an opportunity to speak to somebody, you know, live, whatever, you know, in a live one-on-one, you know, and it may not be us. It may be one of our assistants or whatnot, but there's going to be anybody who reaches out, there's ways to automatically, anybody who knows the internet knows there's systems that you can set up to do automated things, but, you know, we're not going to, you know, and we're not going to respond to every comment. This is not going to happen. But if there's a comment that's worth,
it's not about that.
You know, we'll there will be some type of interaction.
Yeah, we're gonna try to make it happen for you guys, and that's we just have that conversation all the time.
Yeah,
we're never gonna lose that or water down H.G.R.G. that you cannot come and talk to whoever at that moment in time. We're not gonna water it down that bad. And also, I wanted to add in the reason why we have a fee to a certain mentorship is because it's our time. We sacrifice our time.
The reason is that we should.
We should. I'm just saying the free game that we're giving out, we sacrifice our time.
Yeah.
For us to walk you down every step of the way after this is plus our free game that we give out. We're still gonna walk you. And
the whole team, the same people that we deal with is invaluable, right? So I mean,
absolutely,
you can't. I don't know if how many people have Grant Cardone's realtors that he used.
There we go.
His team.
No, you do. You do.
I'm just that. Yeah, because you got to invest in him.
Absolutely, he ain't giving it up to you, but you got the same people.
Right, but you don't have to invest. You can do it without us. That's what I'm saying. If we disappear, you could do it without us. You have the realtor, you have the attorneys, you have the financing, you have all that stuff. I mean, that right there, that in itself is worth every dollar plus more. To not have to build a team, and we built the team.
There's a couple people.
Let me mind you. Let me finish this thought real quick.
Go ahead.
In one of the top places, for ROI on your rentals, one of the top places that you could have a cash cow in the country just happened to land. I mean, but I don't know what more to give. I don't know what more to give people, And listen, and let me be very clear one more time, guys. Sorry.
Yep.
We have a lot of people starting to funnel through now. You know what I'm saying? And we like that. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, people are starting to pay attention to us, and we're on phone calls all the time now, and we have our schedule being built out all the time now. So and I like that. But the reality is, man, is that there's so many mentorships out there. We got to make videos like this and podcasts like this to show you, listen, who we are and why eventually we will be the number one mentorship, period. It's just we give so much free game. You could test us. You could test the knowledge if you want. You have free trial Thursdays and Sundays on live. It's a free trial, right? And then you come in and then you get our team. Then you get us. I mean, I don't know what more, but listen, regardless whether it's us or not, pick a mentorship that you feel fits you and move forward. You know what I'm saying? And that's the whole point.
Give me two pros of mentorship. What are the two pros of mentorship?
I'll go first. I'll go first.
I tell you.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. I've been talking. Go ahead.
Okay.
First, somebody gotta go.
First and foremost, like shout out to my guy, Be Good Financials. You skip the line, right? A good mentorship helps you skip the line. Number one, first and foremost, you skip the line, right? You soaked in whoever your mentor is as a mentee. You're coming to them and you want what they got. Your mentor should be where you're trying to be and on that trajectory, some way, shape, form, or fashion. So by you soaking in what they got or their program or whatever that looks like, you should be able to skip the line from those who are sitting by the wayside and not investing in themselves.
Yes,
right?
Sir.
Again, shout out to Be Good. That's number one. Number two, the networking that mentorship allows you by itself is minimum. I'm not going to say 10x because Lance hates that. I'm going to say 9x because actually I'm going to say 11x. Networking is in a mentorship is 11x.
Bro.
Whatever you invest by your mentor, whatever they have in their resources, no matter what the price is, it should be minimum 11x what the value of what you've paid for that mentorship, just the mentorship alone. That's two. I can go on, but
bro,
you only asked for two.
That's solid because we jump into H.G.R.G, the team that we have, you skip everybody.
Mm.
You walk into a situation that you're already winning. It's proven fact. So absolutely.
That's one of the pros right there. You're with a winner. You're with somebody that won at the game, right? So it's easy for the person to go left, right, left, right, and then to funnel you through those tough times and to make sure you don't hit those hurdles, right? Or in that fall doesn't hurt as much, or it keeps you on your feet, however you want to look at it. But it would be that, and two, I would say it saves you money. It costs you money, but it saves you money
in the long
run.
Right.
So you paying on the front end, so that way you don't have to pay on the back end. Because I promise you one thing.
Explain that.
You can, I'll explain to you like this. You can save up front, but I promise you will pay later. You will pay later, right? This team wasn't developed because we got lucky. off the first try. This team was developed because we were unlucky. This is how it got developed because we were unlucky. We met DT because we were in a great position. We were in a bad position. You know, the realtors that we have now, we don't fired. I don't know how many. The contractors that we have, we don't fired. I don't know how many.
You don't.
Property management robbing us. We told you about that already. So I tell you what, and I tell you what. So you can go ahead and you can skip the mentorship instead of skipping the line, and then you'll find out what happens. You know, and I hate that for you. And I know just Jerry is very passionate, hates that for people. You know, so this is why we bring it. You know, man, you guys don't see it, not even our mentees see it, but we have conversations in our group chat, you know, how excited we are to see somebody go from A to Z.
Fact.
How we can't wait to get somebody on the podcast, maybe. You know what I'm saying? Because look, hey man, X, Y, and Z, he did it. She did it. Oh, it's gonna be exciting to get her on the podcast because she didn't think she could do it.
Sometimes,
you know, and look what we did. Not that we're patting ourselves on the back, but we're like, this works for them.
Sometimes we start our consultation calls with that conversation. Like, yo, bro, because one of us may know their story a little bit more than the others because lead can come through Lance, come through Danny, come through Jerry, or it could be a complete stranger. When it's a complete stranger, obviously this isn't a detail that exists. But if it's a lead that comes through one of us or through a friend of a friend of a friend, and you know a little bit about that person's story, when you go to the consultation call, it's like, yo, bro, or yo, young lady, I heard your story. Doesn't matter where you go from here. You got a dope story. This is fire. And then whatever happens from here, it's exciting. I just can't wait to see the end because, you know, it's lit. But yeah, my bad, G. Go ahead.
No. So if I were to answer, I would say one would be personal growth. When you get that knowledge and you understand that knowledge, nobody can take that away from you. Nobody. So DT went through mentorship, sweat equity. Now look at DT. He took that and took it to the next level. The information, if you are serious, you become something else. You don't stop at a stop sign and go, oh, I'm fucked up in the game. No. You take it, you dissect it, and you go. He's gone. Lance is gone. After his mentorship, that knowledge you can't go away from. And the second will be the GPS. You know, we usually say that we're the GPS. The mentorship is the GPS. So you go. You go to. You don't have to take the wrong left. You don't take the wrong left. Right. You go straight. Just follow the steps.
Yep.
Because the steps are there. Just follow it. Now and it goes from time frames. If you were doing it with no mentorship, it's gonna take you a long time to get to where you need to get to. But if you have a mentorship, you passed all that. You just like DT, not to say it again, but skip the line. You skip the line to that GPS goal.
Hey, but if you have a big bankroll though, you'll get there. You're gonna need it.
Yeah.
You'll get there.
Yeah. You're gonna fight. There. So I'm gonna ask another two. I'm not gonna ask for two. Give me one con of a mentorship.
I'll go first again. I'll go first.
Oh yeah. That's what
best friend. We got orders. There's orders to this right now, best friend. Know your role, brother.
There's a hierarchy here.
Know your role, my guy. I'm gonna say one con is definitely not doing the research and not having the right person, following the wrong mentee. That's easy, right? That's cliche to say that, right? And I said that's not the answer. My answer is not that. That's just easy cliche. My answer is getting all the information and not applying it. You might have the right mentor. You might be the wrong mentee. That's powerful.
Ooh, personality clashes.
That's powerful.
You have clashes. You have mismatched expectations.
That's powerful.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Check them out.
Absolutely.
Check them out.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, I got to piggyback that. I mean, the reality is that you got to pick the right mentor. So it's on you. You could be the wrong mentee, or you could be the mentee that picks the wrong mentor. Either way, you're the common denominator, right?
Right.
So you need to make sure that you do your research, and when you jump in, because it could really kill your mojo, right? To want to go ahead and keep going, because you may pick the wrong one, and then all of a sudden, all that that feeling that you had, I'm going to change my life, and all that you got in you, right? That feeling that you have all goes away because you made the wrong choice, right? Yeah. So while you have that feeling, right, let that feeling settle down, and I need you to think and do your homework and take the proper steps to make sure you find the right mentor.
Essentially, what he's saying is that don't suffer from FOMO, right? The freedom of missing out is probably, I'd say, 60%, 70% of people on YouTube's, right? Right now, right then, passionately, sincerely, I want to sign up. You reach out, email, text, subscribe, comment, whatever, right? And then when they follow up with you, book a call or, send you whatever links you need. That's it. That's where it stays. You miss the dates.
Yeah.
You don't follow suit. You don't do what you got to do next. You don't hand in whatever information, paperwork, or subscriptions you need to, or even payments, right? Just that initially, right now, I'm inspired by what Lance, Jerry, and Dan are saying, and you motivated me. I'm ready. I'm right now in this moment, this time. I'm all in. I'm gonna click on the link in your bio, and I'm gonna press the button, and then when it says pay now, you're like, my card is in my truck, and I don't want to walk outside to go get it, so I'm holler at them tomorrow. It's just the fact of the matter.
I would say on my if I would answer, it could be one. It could be one-sided. It could be one-sided. This guy's laughing. Now he's good.
Sorry.
Best friend, what's up with you, man? You tired?
I think I've done that before. I'm not gonna lie to you. I think that's why I'm laughing. I'll do it later. I never get to it. So you're right. I'm not sure it was before mentorship, but I know I've done that before. Period.
I'm not sure that you should have said that right there, but I mean, it is what it is. We don't edit nothing.
Not for mentorship, but I know definitely 100%.
It is what it is. Jerry, I'm sorry.
We're gonna keep that in the video. Man.
Jerry, we still trying to housebreak this young man. I'm sorry, man. We still not there. We're working on it. We're working on it.
Sorry,
just Jerry, gotta do your thing.
I would say the relationship is one-sided. If the mentor is just looking for money, it's one-sided. He's gonna give you whatever he can't. He's gonna give you information that you can't use, but he gave it to you, so he did his job. Yeah. If he doesn't care about what you got going on, he's gonna give you only what he wants to give you and keep it moving. Yeah, he or she. So that's one-sided for me. I can't do. Our side, we give you paperwork, lies, free games. This is not one-sided on our side. It's not. I think we give too much. Just to let you guys know that we're not only here for the money.
One thing we don't tap into enough, and I know I obviously this is a whole nother podcast. And matter of fact, we should probably do something on it. Is the attention to detail specifically for this information to be broadcast and taken advantage of by not just males but females as well, right? Yep. This is not a male dominated organization that we're looking to say, hey, obviously you see three faces, male faces, and a lot of masculinity here, but this is definitely a
surprise was behind the scenes.
Yeah, facts, 100%. But it's definitely applicable for anyone, man, woman, young lady, young man, successful businesswoman, successful businessman, somebody who's aspiring to be both of the what we just discussed, as well as young. We just had somebody today that we were reaching out to, was a young man, 22 years old, trying to figure it out, really like locked in and ready to roll. Young man. Another young female that we early this week, young lady signed up with the program. Of course, we don't talk about it enough. And that may be a fault of our own, that we need to implement that more.
Ooh.
The idea that this is not just targeted towards young men, professional business. It's literally women, men, couples, partners, whatever that looks like.
One of those.
Yeah, like it's like attainable. It's doable. It's real. And any mentorship can be that, but there's some that are super masculine. There's some that are super feminine. There's some that are super, inclusive. And we just want to make sure that we're clear that this ain't that and that ain't this. This is literally for all
across
people,
the board.
all people across the board. Doesn't matter your creed, color, gender.
Absolutely. Listen, guys, I appreciate you guys for sure. Always coming through with great information for everybody. Go ahead and get your mentorship. Do your research. If you're interested in H.G.R.G, go to H.G.R.G.club. Make sure you follow us on all social media, H.G.R.G_club. We're everywhere. We go live every Thursday, every Sunday night. You guys make sure you lock in with us. Ask any question that you want. We're here for you guys. We basically give out a free mentorship, and then the mentorship that we have that you see prices, because it's a lot more of our time. It's a whole team with it. I would say that's the difference. So, really come out here and interact with us, man. We're here. Make sure you guys comment, like, subscribe, share these videos, and we'll definitely see you on the next
ebook, guys.
Fellas, appreciate you.
Yeah. What they saying? I'm so divine. Perfection, my presence shines. My mental is parasailing maritime. They say I'm destined to read the palm line. Yeah, I'm so divine. Imperfection, my presence shines. My mental is parasailing maritime.